Graphical record. I was trying to tell the story of my musical life, really just my life in general. It all began in San Antonio, Texas in 1951, where I was born. And it was there that I first heard rock and roll on the radio. And it was there that I first heard my father sing and my brothers play, you know. I come from a very large family. When we were, I guess I was about 6 or 7 years old, living in San Antonio, my parents told us we were going on a vacation to California to visit some relatives out there. And we went, we packed everything. Actually, we didn't pack much other than the kids and my grandma in the car, you know. And we went off to California. It was very kind of a Steinbeck trip, you know, in those days. And we never went back to Texas. We left everything behind, the horse and the dog and the toys and everything, you know. And we stayed in California, and that began my journey out west, I guess. You know, I lived in a little town called Huntington Beach, California. It was a surf capital of the world at that time, before Santa Cruz took over. You know. And it was there that I really got my musical education, not only from my family, from my dad and my mom and my brothers, but there was a record store there and a club there. A club was called the Golden Bear, and it was in those days there were these great series of folk clubs that had been around since the 50s that kind of lined up and down the coast there. And I saw everybody play from, you know, Jimmy Reed and Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, to you know, Cheech and Chong, you know. And I saw everybody there. So, you know, Paul Butterfield Blues Band the first time they came out and played, you know. And so it was one of those places. It was a magical time for me. The girls were beautiful, and the surf was good. I was a surfer, you know, and it was a good time. So I wanted to write about all of that, all of the things that influenced me, you know, all the records, all the bands, and all the people that along the way. This song that with Chuck, I must mention, I co-wrote this with Chuck Prophet. You know, you guys that know Chuck Prophet. And so, in writing this one here, we wanted to address the people who have influenced us who have passed on. We immediately thought of people like Ron Ashton of the Stooges. You know, we thought of you know, all the different people who influenced us along the way. You know, we started playing punk rock in San Francisco in '75, and there was a lot of drugs in that scene, and I lost a lot of really good friends. Not many of them are around, and so I wanted to write this song for them. And in particular, I want to sing this one tonight for a dear friend of mine who produced my first 3 albums. He was probably the best guitar player outside of David Polkingham I've ever heard. And he was from Fort Worth, Texas. His name was Stephen Bruton. He had played with Chris Christopherson for 15 years. He had played with Bonnie Raitt. He had played with Bob Dylan, and really just a brother, you know, one of those people that I've met who, if it wasn't for him, I never would have made a solo record, probably, you know. And so I owe him everything, and I want to sing this song tonight for him, and it's called Sister Lost Soul.
Nobody laughed unscarred. Nobody here is talking. That's just the way things are. You had to go without me. garden. And every last tear's been cried. Out on the street the water's frozen, and I feel like the only one alive. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul, I need you. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul, I need you. I just wanna lay down beside you, feel your breath in my ear. You're not the first or last I've lied to. Yeah, I'm lying to myself right now. You're still here. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul, I need you. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul, I need you. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul, I need you. Sister lost soul, brother lost soul.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.